Hi, this is Rethik Sir, your biology SME. Welcome to the MemoNeet, and today we will be discussing about the last topic in the anatomy of flowering plants. That is anatomy of dicot and monocot leaf. So let us move on to the topic quickly, guys. So yes, coming to the topic, that is the dicot leaf. So as you can already see in the figure here, the structure of the dicot leaf. So in the previous video, we actually discussed about the transfer section of roots, then stem, and now leaf, right? So if you have not watched the previous video, so the link is already given in the description. Do check out the video. And आज का video में we will be discussing about the transfer section of the leaf, especially on dicot as well as monocot leaf. Okay. मेरा फेस का वीडियो थोड़ा खराब है because of the network issues. We don't have lights here, so that's why I'm just trying to record it in a normal camera, so please bear with it. And moving to the major topic, see, whenever we are discussing about the transfer section of the leaf, वहां पर क्या the upper surface is actually called as the upper surface. So one thing is leaf is actually covered by the epidermis, which actually covers both the upper surface of the leaf as well as lower surface of the leaf. Say this is the upper surface and this is the lower surface of the leaf. Upper surface of the leaf is actually called as adaxial epidermis, and the lower surface of the leaf is actually called as abaxial epidermis. Okay, and यहाँ पर we need to remember one thing, that both of this has the conspicuous cuticles. They both have conspicuous cuticles. Then coming to this abaxial epidermis, that is the lower surface of your leaf, वहां पर क्या होता है? It generally bears more stomata. So यहाँ पर stoma है, मतलब this is the region where it generally bears more number of stomata. So stomata का what is the major function of the stomata now? So upper surface and lower surface में lower surface जो है, that is abaxial epidermis, वहां पर stomata ज्यादा है when compared to adaxial epidermis. That means वहां पर, that means in the abaxial epidermis the stomata is more. And what is the major function of stomata here? So it actually helps, or the stomata, again this tissue between this upper and lower, you will be seeing what? Stomata, epidermis, you will actually be seeing some mesophile, right? So we will be seeing some mesophile cells now. So what is the major function of mesophile cells here? So mesophile cells, they possesses this chloroplast. Stomata is a region जहां पर opening and closing होता है. So inside between this abaxial and adaxial epidermis, there is what? A mesophile region. So mesophile generally possess what? Chloroplast. And chloroplast, what is the major function of chloroplast? Generalized. It helps, or it carries out what? Photosynthesis. So this chlorophyll is made up of parenchyma cells. I told between this upper and lower surface we have the mesophile region. So now what? There, and this mesophile is made up of parenchyma. So you can actually call. So one is Palisade mesophile and the another one is spongy mesophile. Okay, so these are the two things. Since the mesophile is made up of parenchyma cells, so I can call it as Palisade parenchyma and spongy parenchyma. That is what I have given. Don't get confused with this thing. Okay, so coming to this um, adaxial epidermis. Adaxial epidermis के नीचे क्या है? We have the Palisade mesophile or Palisade parenchyma. So what is the structure of this Palisade parenchyma here? Can you see? So it is elongated one. The cells are elongated and they are arranged vertically and parallel to each other. This is one thing. So उसके नीचे क्या आता है? We have the spongy parenchyma. So what is spongy parenchyma structure is? It is oval in shape, round in shape, and they are loosely arranged. यहाँ पर they are not parallelly arranged to each other. Instead, they are loosely arranged in such a way that there is a cavity in between, air cavity in between. Okay. So numerous large space and air cavity is there between these two cells. Then vascular system को अगर देखा जाए, so this I need to look on this vascular tissue. So it includes the vascular bundle. So bundle sheath है, vascular bundles है, which can be seen in veins and midribs. Okay, that means veins. So veins जो structure होता है या size होता है, इसका thickness होता है, it again varies. Okay, that also varies depending upon the depending upon the leaf of the dicot stem. And vascular bundles, their size also get varies depending upon the size of the veins. These two things we need to understand. Then this vascular bundle are surrounded by a layer of thin walled bundle sheet cells. Okay, so if this is a vascular bundle, यहाँ पर क्या है? This has been surrounded by a thin walled bundle layers or bundle sheet. So this is all about the dicot leaf now. Coming to the next part, that is the monocot leaf. So monocot leaf structure obviously different hoga. So how? What? So it is actually called as bilateral leaf. So यहाँ पर basically what happens, the anatomy of this leaf is similar to that of the dorsoventral or dicot leaf in many ways. But what is the differences? Let us see now. So in an this is monocot leaf में क्या होता है? The stoma are present in both the surface now. So that means difference. वहां पर क्या होता है? They were present actually in the abaxial epidermis or abaxial surface या lower surface में होता था. And यहाँ पर you are seeing in both the surface the stoma is present. So stoma is present. That means epidermis is also present. But the mesophile is not differentiated into pellicidे and spongy parenchyma. That means so यहाँ पर epidermis है मतलब mesophile cells तो होगा, but there what used to happen वहां पर, so mesophile cells were differentiated into two. Mesophile cells has parenchyma, they were made up of parenchyma, and they were differentiated into what? Pellicidे and spongy parenchyma. But here it is not differentiated, where isobilateral leaf, that is monocot leaf, it is not differentiated into pellicidे and spongy parenchyma. Okay, clear with this point? Can I move to the next point then? Cool. So specifically जब हम grass के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, specifically when I'm taking the grass as an example, certain adaxial epidermis cells, that is the upper layer of the cells, okay, along with veins, they actually modified into larger empty colorless cells. Okay, so that is the upper part of your leaf, this epidermal cells along with the veins, they modify themselves into larger empty colorless cells, and these are actually called as bulliform cells. Now it's like too good to remember. So they are called as what? Bulliform cells. So when these cells in the leaf have absorbed water and touched, okay, जब water को absorb कर लेता है, what happens? The leaf surface is exposed. This is one point. Then when they are flasked due to water stress, when they are being जब ज्यादा से ज्यादा water stress हो रहा है, तब what happens? They make the leaf somewhat curly inward, जिससे क्या होता है? To minimize the water loss. Okay, so during water stress, जब water stress ज्यादा होता है, मतलब when they are having a reduction of water or something like that, so they turn themselves into curly as to minimize the water loss from the leaf. Okay, so the parallel venation in the monocot leaf is reflected in the near similar size of vascular bundles, except जो main veins में होता है वहां पर we don't see such parallel venations, where vertical venations of leaves are always seen everywhere. You are getting? So this was all about the monocot leaf. So coming to the monocot and bicot leaf, में structure similar है. Only differences that you will be seeing is its water stress ability, how it comes out of this water stress, one thing. And यहाँ पर parenchyma has not been differentiated into pellicida and spongy parenchyma, just the way we were been looking in the dicot leaf. So this is a major difference between the monocot and dicot leaf. So you need to understand once again, key specifically whenever you are reading, right, make sure that you understand how it comes. So for example, a figure है, remember this figure. Even if it is for the stem or root or leaf, remember the figure. So figure के बाद labeling parts अच्छी तरह से याद कर लेना. फिर labeling के सामने write down what are the major function of that specific part. Say like adaxial epidermis का major function क्या है? It is actually the upper surface में है, and basically वहां पर you'll see, and यहाँ पर abaxial epidermis जो है lower surface में है, and you are going to see the stoma more in the abaxial epidermis, that is the lower surface of the leaf, when compared to the adaxial epidermis. So A वाला जो है, this is actually in this dicot leaf में. And another very important thing is, so you will all be seeing this parenchyma has been differentiated into two types of cell, that is Pelicidae and the spongy parenchyma. So uska function क्या है, उसका structure क्या है? So that is what you need to remember. And if you go to this monocot leaf, वहां पर again different है. यहाँ पर the stoma you will observe equally shared in both the side. So यहाँ पर भी आप stoma देख रहे हो, या and यहाँ पर भी आप stoma region को देख रहे हैं. So what is the major function of stoma? Open, closing, right? So वहां पर basically chlorophyll होता है, and that helps for what? Photosynthesis process. So यहाँ पर both in upper surface and lower surface also you will see the presence of stoma equally distributed. Only thing you won't see is this parenchyma has not been differentiated into two like pellicida and spongy parenchyma, which we saw in the dicot leaf. So monocot leaf में ऐसा नहीं होता. So then what is that? Another specialized cell on the upper surface, that adaxial epidermis, we have bulliform cells. And what is the function of bulliform cells and what exactly its structure looks like? So this is how we need to remember and keep on revising. That will help us to understand the concept very well. So this was all about the anatomy of flowering plant. जहाँ पर हमने very first video we have actually studied about the root, then regarding the stem, and आज it was about leaf. So almost I have covered it with the 4 video, I guess, for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and this is Saturday. Yeah, fine. So I have covered almost with the 5 videos. So do watch all the videos, and जो भी मिस हो रहा है the list, वो सब कुछ मैंने डिस्क्रिप्शन में लिंक डाल के रखा हूँ. So do follow, press the bell icon, subscribe the channel, like, comment तो बनता है, and yeah, forward to your friends also. Thank you.